Hi, my name is Holly Heyerman, CEO of Fit Finances, former vice president of Chalene Johnson's company, Powder Blue Productions, and I am really passionate about helping people start their own home businesses. I love small business. I grew up, both of my parents were small business owners, so I grew up in it. And then when I started working for Powder Blue Productions many, many moons ago, it was a very small business. In fact, I was the second full-time employee ever to be hired, and then within just a couple years time I'd worked my way up to the title of vice president. I have a sincere passion for helping small businesses get off the ground and really launch. Now, throughout my journey with Chalene Johnson and Bret Johnson and working with them closely in building up this company, which eventually they sold for just millions and millions of dollars, I learned so much during that process. And one of the things that I learned was that in order to become more, or in order to have more, you have to become more. And that was one of the principles that was really drilled into me when I was working there um, for Shalene and Brett. She was really big on personal development, and it took me a little while to catch on to why, but soon I discovered the passion within myself too for personal development. Today I want to talk to you about my top 10 book recommendations for anybody who has a business. Maybe you haven't done anything with it yet, or you already have a super successful business. And I love recommending these books to people because they literally have changed my life so dramatically, and it has made me the business owner, the leader, and the person that I am today. And you may not know this, but the equivalent of what you will become within the next 5 years will be the average of two things. Number one, the people that you surround yourself with. And the second thing is how you fill your mind. So that personal development. So who you're going to become in the future is greatly determined upon those two things. And so I want to impress upon you the importance of really filling yourself up with just amazing, amazing knowledge, with positivity, creativity, and the possibilities. Just having that possibility, knowing what you can achieve, it literally is all up to you. It's all in your hands. So here are my top 10 book recommendations for anybody, honestly, anybody, but specifically if you are a business owner, you've got to read these. Okay, number one, the very, very first book that I read when I started with my network marketing business was called The Magic of Thinking Big. The Magic of Thinking Big. I love this book because at the time I was coming from a place I would say I had more of a small perception of what was possible for my life because of what I was going through. I was going through a big struggle at the moment. And when I read that book, it really helped me to start believing again in the possibility of something that is greater than myself. And I knew that I needed to change my mindset and start thinking and dreaming big once again. So that book's called The Magic of Thinking Big. The second book that I have recommended for you is called The Slight Edge. This one's by Jeff Olson. It's a phenomenal book, and it has to do with literally the little simple things that seem completely insignificant that you do or fail not to do each and every day. That will be the culmination of who you will become, right? So those little tiny things that you do or don't do every single day, think about it like this. By drinking one soda every single day, what will that make things look like within 10 years from now? Or if you choose not to do that, if you choose to quit, eliminate one soda out of your diet every single day, it seems very insignificant. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it has huge results in the long run. The third book recommendation that I have for you is one of the newer ones that I've read. It's called Succeed: How We Reach Our Goals. And what I love about this book is that it really addresses the psychology behind why some things are really easy for us to obtain, but why other things, there seems to be that hurdle, that sticking point. Like, why can't we just stick with the New Year's resolution or whatever it may be? I'm sure that you have certain goals or things that you would aspire to that you just don't know why you just can't fix that one thing about yourself. And this book really opened my mind into the psychology behind that, how it all works, the power of your willpower and how that is a muscle and it can get tired and how we can protect that. So it's a really fantastic book, especially if you find yourself not being able to get over certain hurdles. All right. Okay, number four. I love this book, Failing Forward. Failing Forward. This is a phenomenal book because so many people think that success is overnight, that it comes easy, that if we don't get what we want within, a month, 2 months, 3 months, that means you need to throw in the towel. When in fact, that is completely opposite of what's true. If you study the people who are successful, you'll soon see that what they have in common is they fail more than anyone else. But the difference is they just keep going. They don't stop when they hit a roadblock, or they don't stop when they hit an objection. They don't stop when they feel like they fail. They keep going because they know that life is a learning process. And during that process, as long as you keep at it and you don't give up, then you're sure to win. You just got to outlast people. Failing Forward, that's a fantastic book. Another one of my favorites, and I'm actually rereading it right now, is called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Fantastic book because, again, just like The Magic of Thinking Big, what I like about this book is it really hones in on the fact that you must be so clear about your goals and you must not give in no matter what. And you can will things to happen. And whether you believe that that is true or not, just look at the things that you constantly think about. And again, over time, the things that you think about will come about. I don't know if you've ever heard that saying before, but what you think about will come about. And what I love about this book is, it's not just about getting rich or anything like that, but it really is about success and how to achieve success. And it really gives you details on, if you want to be successful, do these things. Make sure you're focused. I love it. It's a great book. So check that one out if you haven't done it yet. And some of these books are older, but you know what? The principles still stand true. So that's one of those ones that is a little bit older, but I think you'll like it. Okay, number 6 on my list is also a newer book. It's called Start by John Acuff. I recommend this book to entrepreneurs that they are just having a hard time getting off the starting block. They just can't seem to take that first step toward whatever it may be, whatever the task is that you're like, I just can't make myself do that. Then I recommend this book to them because this really addresses how to get started. Really in anything that you want to achieve, how in the heck to overcome that fear and that paralysis, right? So this is a great book for you if you're finding a hard time just getting off the starting block. All right. Number seven, one of my favorite mentors from afar, of course, because I've only met him a few times in person. I wish he was my personal mentor in person, but he's one of my favorites, Brian Tracy. And he wrote a fantastic book called No Excuses. This probably hit home for some of you. I've been managing or actually leading people in starting their own businesses and helping them to learn that process for, over 7 years now. And one thing that I find is the person who is full of excuses is the person who never seems to get their business off the ground. And this book really helps to turn the tables, helps you to see everything. And if you are making excuses in any part of your life, and helps you to strip that away in order for you to move forward, right? This is all to make you a better person, a better entrepreneur, a better wife, husband, son, daughter, a better parent. All of these things will help you in so many different areas of your life, but specifically, of course, if you're in business, these are my top 10, of course. Number 8 on my list is called The Millionaire Next Door. The Millionaire Next Door. And what I love about this is because, so many people, you may have quick success, or you may come into some money, all at once. And what this book covers is how to protect what you've earned, and how that when you really earn something, when you really work hard for something, that you really work to keep it as well. I mean, there's a reason that people who win the lotto are usually, even if they've won millions of dollars, are usually bankrupt within a couple of years' time. And it's the journey in getting people to become a millionaire that allows them the ability to either appreciate it and save it and keep it, or to be showy and think that that's all that there is and buy a bunch of stuff. So this book really covers, um, when you're on the road to millions, how you can keep it. And it's a great book because it really changed my mindset and how I was helping people, um, and how I was training people and mentoring them, but then also how I was treating my own fortunes as well. Once we started to really take off and have a super successful business, then it helped me to think differently about the money that was coming in, and I believe that it's really helped that ever since. So we've been able to protect that. Number 9 on my list is the book called Push. This book was written by Chalene Johnson. Of course, you heard me mention her earlier. I ran her company for 10 years. And, she by far has been the most inspirational mentor to me all throughout the years. And she still mentors me from afar through her video trainings and emails and all of that stuff. And I absolutely love the concepts in this book. One of the reasons is because it really makes you identify your priorities. It also helps you to identify, helps you on the path of not just setting goals, but really focus and figure out, is that goal the right goal for me? And is this the right time for me to achieve that goal or go for that goal? And what's at stake? And it really, really goes behind the scenes. There are a lot of books out there about goal setting, but the reason that I recommend Push is because it talks about not just go after a goal, but think about why you want to achieve that goal, and is it going to negatively affect any of the most important areas of your life. So it really helps you to break things down, and I used to feel guilty when I would set a goal and not achieve it. And then after reading this book, I was like, oh my gosh, well, that's why I didn't go for it. I didn't go for it because it wasn't going to benefit my family, or was going to be too much time away from my work, or whatever it may be. So it kind of, it really brings about clarity, is what I'm trying to say. It brings about a lot of clarity when you're goal setting. Okay, number 10 on the list is one that is very specific to network marketing, which is, of course, what I do. I love network marketing. I believe that it is the way of the future. I believe that, in order to have a fantastic life where you don't have to work a ton of hours, but you make a very comfortable income, part-time hours, full-time income and part-time hours, so that you are in charge of the rest of your life. I believe that the only way to do that is through network marketing, and network marketing is fantastic. So this book is specifically about that. And if you're not quite sure what network marketing is, it's a lot of those work from home businesses, online businesses, and you're very much your own boss. But you know what? There's a danger in that too. When we're our own boss, a lot of times that means we don't really know what to do because we've never been our own boss before. So the book that I recommend for you is called Go Pro. This is a fantastic book, Go Pro. And it covers why so many multi-level marketing companies fail, or why so many people dip their toe in the water and then they say it's a scam, or they run away, or that thing doesn't work, or I scared off all my friends and family. I mean, all the stuff that you hear about home businesses. And thank goodness there's not as much of a stigma towards home businesses as there was even just 5 years ago. It used to be a lot harder to talk to somebody about having a home business than it is today. It's a lot more accepted. And I believe that that's because people are starting to realize that, when we get older, we might not have Social Security anymore. there isn't a retirement with pension for people in our generation anymore. And literally, the future is going to be what you make it. And I know that you see this. People, baby boomers now are not able to retire. They're still having to work into their 70s and 80s in order to make ends meet because it's just not there. The society is not set up the way that it used to be. So I love GoPro because it breaks down so many things. Not only like why network marketing is a profession, and if you choose to make it a profession, it tells you exactly what to do in order to make it extremely successful profession. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I really hope that it served you well. And of course, feel free to share with a friend. Have a great day. Bye.